Okay. It is the Digital Cortex New Year special. I can get two of these going.
It's probably loud. Wonder how that sounds.
Probably like shit.
They're probably like, fuck,
Did you got so much glitter in your beard?
You fucked up my ears. That doesn't sound too bad.
Maybe we do it.
Happy New Year! We probably look, I fucking look nuts, dude. I look crazy.
Woo! Digital Cortex.
You want to take a shot?
Happy New Year's 2024.
We gotta take a shot.
Yeah, we can do that. I gotta go get one.
All right, go for it, man.
All right. I'm gonna put my hat down.
I'm
gonna see my movie magic with my headphones.
That's okay. Holy moly. Happy New Year. 2023 has officially come to a close. It's over. No more. Done. In the past. We're moving on to 2024. We're looking for big things, new things, better things, upgrades, no downgrades. Maybe some on some things. I don't know. Like down on your... Not down on your luck. That sucks. I don't know why. But we're only moving into positive spaces now.
Hold on.
What are you looking for now, man? Oh, is that your...
Yes, Popo. Come here, Popo.
Oh, we got rogue dogs running and gunning.
Come here. Come here.
He's coming over to me now. I feel him.
Here, honey, wearing little bastard. Come on. Yes, good boy.
I even have on the Avengers Endgame.
There you go, Popo.
And if we do this thing long enough, we can see Iron Man snap.
Yes, we could.
Oh, yeah, there's Poe.
This is Poe. Hi, Popo. Say hi to camera.
The licking monster. Look at that tongue move. That's what we're talking about.
He's so cute.
His tongue never stops.
What? Oh, yeah.
Here you go.
Blow into it, Poe.
Look, see how he licks? Non-stop.
It just doesn't stop.
Little
You
snake.
want to tell people hi?
Snaky poo.
Probably licking the mic because he knew it.
Trying to talk in his language. Right. See if he
There's
says
your
something.
5 seconds of fame, Poe. 5 seconds.
He'll be back.
What do you get?
He's never going to stop.
The New Year's special. Get out of there, boy. All right. I figured.
We'll put a ribbon on this thing. Whoa, here we go.
Yes.
Some tequila. Dun, 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 dun,
Put it in frame.
Dun, 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 dun. Tequila.
Ooh. Can I lose the mask now?
Hey, you can do whatever you want, man.
I just can't see anything.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Jesus.
That's why I like it.
Woo! Okay. Digital Cortex. New Year's special. We are... What the fuck are we doing? Did you already grab your shot glass? Did I grab your shot glass?
No, it's behind you.
I got one. Oh, got one, too. All right. We got tequila here in a fancy box. It was a gift
and
as well.
We are on the air.
We're on the air. I don't know how much of this I've got left, but fuck it. I figured,
whoa,
we usually do whiskey on here, but why not get some of this tequila?
All right.
Bring in the new year.
Yeah, man. You got that for Christmas?
No, we've had this actually as a gift for like we hosted a little dinner with a friend, and he brought us this.
Nice.
You ready? Love this part. Ooh, deep.
That's a deep one because it's a tall bottle.
Oh, it smells strong. Fuck. That's tequila. It's not usually my go-to, but fuck it. Let's just do
we'll put it in the crystal skulls.
A big one.
Right? Oh,
we'll get it to the eyeballs.
Son of a shit. I'm not gonna do it all at one time. I've done that.
Yeah, just sip it. You know, it's tequila.
I don't know if you sip tequila though.
You just fucking take it, bro.
All right, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
This one's
and do
got
it
just
all.
slightly less.
Oh, I'm gonna down it.
I know. Me too.
Fuck it. Was it pretty smooth when you did last time?
Fuck if I remember. That's how much I drink tequila.
That's probably a no. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Happy New Year.
2023. We did a lot.
We did a lot.
We got a lot done.
We're going to do a lot in 2024.
That's what I was telling them.
That's what we're going to do.
You missed it.
I did. I'll see it.
Down the hatch. Oh, yeah, man. That's good. Not harsh.
Definitely tequila.
It would go good with some lime and salt on the lick it, all of that. But yeah, I like this. This is good.
It opens up the airwaves for sure.
I endorse this.
A friend who said that he, Jesus, I'm following along with him. And he's been making some weed butter.
Word.
Said
I got some.
He did like 2 sticks worth. Well, you got some weed butter?
Yeah, somebody gave me some for Christmas.
Just a shit ton of weed butter. Was like, here, take
I
this.
haven't opened it, but it's in a container. It's in a foil.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to say who, but their son grows some cannabis, and he made some butter.
Shit, yeah.
And he gave it to me, dude. I was gonna bring it, and we can make some brownies or something.
I feel like I should try to grow something, Save some money.
Hey.
You can grow, I think the law said 6 plants in Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah, you're allowed to have 6 plants.
Yeah, he's got
6 is a lot.
He's got his own setup with it's indoors, so he can control the humidity.
That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Get one of them grow boxes.
Yes, they sell the whole kits.
All of that.
You can start small with just a little thing with the UV light and everything and whatnot, and
You just need to get some seeds, right?
you can save some. Do you ever, when you're breaking it up, do you ever see some seeds in your shit or anything?
Occasionally in this last batch that my dad
Save
gave
'em.
me.
Save
I don't
'em,
know
dude.
if I want that stuff.
Dude, that shit was good, dude. Every time your dad brings some shit, it always fucks us up.
It does. You're right. But no, that's the stuff he pre-rolls sometimes.
But at least you have something to test with, because
Yeah.
it's just free. It's just seeds that you didn't.
True.
Yeah.
I want to
So
make sure you're recording here too, because I can't see it.
oh no.
Can't drive this window. Yep. That
Okay.
says recording.
It is. Hi everybody.
My Mac does that. Okay. Whew. All right. Anyway.
You're like, oh, everything
Yeah.
you were saying didn't get. Hey,
Which one were you looking for?
the clapping.
I think that's the first one. No, the one below it. Yeah, there
Yeah,
you
that
go.
one.
That's it.
But I like that one too. New Year's.
Woo! Yeah!
That's recording, right?
Yeah, those are coming through right there.
Okay, just making sure.
That's the third line.
Because then it's just been weird. We're just sitting here.
We just keep pressing the buttons and shit.
It's not doing anything.
The hardest part is trying to get that synced up to everything else.
Oh, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Because it's like,
Can I just break it?
well, you got another one on here.
I got like 5 of them right here. Which ones have been in my mouth?
I know, right?
I'll keep them right there.
All of them.
All of them? Yeah, digital Cortex in New Year's special.
What happened?
I got tequila vibes, bro.
You drank some tequila and you went deep Mexico.
I've always
man.
been told that tequila brings out the goodness in you.
The Chicano in you.
Yeah,
or what?
whenever you like owe somebody money, you're supposed to bring them a bottle of tequila.
When you owe them money?
When you owe someone money, because by the time you're done with the bottle, it's forgiven.
Oh, okay. So you're just trying to get them drunk to forget.
Yeah, because when you're on tequila, I guess it's a good time.
I
People
feel
have a
like
good time.
it's also like a peace offering, right? You bring anybody a drink or wine or some liquor or some whiskey or something. It's a peace offering, right? I'll
I
come
feel
in
like
peace.
this would be better on this arm.
Yeah.
Now you can see it.
You won't believe it till you see it.
You won't believe nothing. Tequila made me kind of warm now.
It does warm you up.
It does. All right.
Yeah, that's what we use to stay warm, right? I mean, we talked about this before.
We talked about alcohol, how it thins your blood. So because of that, your blood can travel more to your extremities. You feel warmer.
Yeah.
But it's like a false sense of, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
Because you're still losing
but it
body
works,
heat.
though.
Well, yeah, it makes you feel warm.
Yeah.
But if you're in like a survival, like, we're not going to fucking die here in my house on a couple of shots of tequila. But you don't want to do it if you're like having to survive in the tundra or something,
I feel like it does activate your body to like...
Well, you don't want to lose heat in your core. Like your body is willing to lose an arm or a foot or something to cold before it lets you lose your important bits.
So it's hacking your body because your body's gonna automatically protect the organs. So go to the center of your body, the core. So then you're hacking it to release the warm blood to your extremities, and then
I guess you could say it like that.
And then you're letting it slowly go back to your core, right? If you give yourself time, if you just get fucking drunk, but isn't that
you would think? But if you don't have time
to what?
To survive. Like we're talking like, below freezing days in the fucking Everest or some shit, I
don't know if that'll work.
Like that's not what you want to do.
Do they take alcohol?
But let's say you're in a cabin in fucking Big Bear or Flagstaff or some shit and you want to feel a little warm while you're outside partying. Yeah, you're only going to be out there a couple hours. What's the worst? You just run back inside, start a fire, have a good time.
Yeah, we used to drink a lot of alcohol as like people because sometimes that was the only source of clean drinking fluids, right?
Oh yeah, and I think like in Germany or I don't know, it could be just old fucking wives' tales and shit. In Germany, they start drinking young.
Well, yeah, Europe in general, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because isn't that what the Australian accent is? Isn't it just a drunken English accent?
Is it?
Yeah. Huh. They were just so drunk all the time, and they were speaking.
Well, because Australia was
British
originally
accent.
Just that's where the British would
send the prisoners.
They wouldn't just send the prisoners, but it was they had overpopulation of prisoners. And so if you fucked up, they
cast you off.
Yeah, what's the fucking word, though?
Banished?
It's not banished. They didn't banish you. It's like, I banish thee! No.
That's exactly how they talked. Come on.
It was in a fucking court of law, and they'd be like, okay, well, let's see. You were...
They're like, hey,
it's something
hey.
with an E. No. It's way before hear ye, hear ye. After hear ye, hear ye.
Oh,
we're talking like,
medieval times?
Not medieval, no.
Okay, so we weren't that.
We're talking
1800s or something?
Yeah, probably like 18, 1700s.
Okay, probably should look it up one time.
Something like that. You get extradited? No, that's not right.
Excommunicado?
No. Fucking shit. Now I gotta look up the fucking word. Jesus.
John Wick got excommunicado. That's what it should be. I still like banished. He got banished. I know what you're trying to say, but I don't know what the word is. I can't think of it, but I know what you're... They got sentenced to...
Exile. Yes. Exile.
See, once I said exile, once it said sentenced, I knew what the word was. You are here exiled to Australia.
Yeah, they would exile him to Australia, and they pretty much had no fucking rules there until they made their own shit.
It's a wild place, too, man.
And then, Australia being a fucking island...
They have a lot of indigenous already.
There wasn't a lot of opportunity for, I guess, like the wildlife to expand outside of that too far.
Yeah.
So that's why we get some fucking weird ass shit.
Yeah, the kangaroo.
Kangaroos, fucking koalas. Koalas are fucking weird, bro. Do you know how weird koalas are?
They have Also, their own kind of dog species too, like wild dog. That's not like
dingoes.
Yeah, my baby
Dingoes.
my baby got eaten by dingo or something like that. What is that saying? What do they say?
But I just mean like in general though. Like think about a koala. Do you know what baby koalas eat?
What do they eat?
They eat excrement.
Shit.
From the mom. Yeah, it's like this little.
But it's like probably a different kind of shit, right?
It's pretty much shit. And do you know what they eat exclusively, like as adults and shit?
They eat the what is it?
Eucalyptus.
Yeah, I was gonna say eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus.
I couldn't say the word, man. That's probably that fucking tequila.
Eucalyptus leaves.
Dude, and it drugs them, right? They get like
Eucalyptus
buzzed.
has done everything in its power of nature
to not be eaten.
To not be fucking eaten.
Yeah.
And the koalas fucking eat it. Yeah. It ruins their teeth because they're chewing on the bark and shit. Yeah. And eventually their fucking teeth just fall out.
Really?
And they'll die because they don't eat anything else. You can give a koala a plate of fucking eucalyptus.
Oh, and they like certain
They
kind.
won't eat it, though. They won't eat it unless they're eating it off a fucking branch because they're stupid as fuck.
But you can't give them any kind. They have certain types of eucalyptus that they like.
Yeah, and it's poisonous to them. That has no nutritional value.
So they just survive off of it?
Until they just expire themselves.
Really?
Fucking koalas are the
I
weirdest
saw them in
thing.
a zoo. That's why I know a little bit about
No.
But
It's fucking weird. Koalas are weird.
Does smell pretty good.
Yeah, but it's not. I
watched a video though. It's funny because they always talk about the human condition and people and humans all like to get fucking fucked up and drunk and like to do drugs and stuff, and we're that's like our vice, that's our humanity, is that we like to get fucked up. But I saw like they showed in Africa all these animals eating this fermented apples that had been falling from a tree. So they were on the ground fermenting, and the monkeys came over, and fermented fruit, you're going to get drunk. So they're all stumbling around and like laughing, laying on the fucking grass and shit. And then the hippos would come and eat some too. And then the elephants would be all like, ooh, like loopy and stuff. It was like the whole forest or the whole...
Dude, animals are fucking survive in their DNA off getting high sometimes. Like look at fucking lemurs in the rainforest, I think it is.
I want to say the zebras came over too and fucking ate some.
I'll believe it. These lemurs, there's this fucking centipede. Is it a centipede? No, centipede. I think it's very poisonous.
Yeah.
I forget where it is. I want to say it's somewhere in the rainforest or something. It could be Madagascar. Madagascar sounds right. I got lemurs there, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So
it's in the movie, right?
It's in the movie. So they
all my knowledge is the Madagascar the movie.
This centipede can walk around anywhere it fucking wants because every fucking creature in existence knows that this thing is so fucking poisonous it'll kill them. The lemurs, though, it's just enough of poison where it doesn't hurt them enough. So they'll pick this shit up and they'll brush it on their fur to kill any like parasites or any like fucking insects and shit that's lying in their fur and shit.
Yeah.
But then what they'll also do is they'll just brush it through their mouth.
It's like for penicillin or something.
For the poison, it gets them high.
Oh.
And then they fucking just chuck these things. Like they're not dead or anything. They just like, I'm just going to use you for a bit. These fucking lemurs are crazy. And they'll just spend all fucking day in the tree getting high off centipedes and shit. Isn't that fucking wild?
It's awesome, dude.
And that's not like a thing like, they learn this. They first grabbing it just because they know it cleans them. And then they're like, oh, might as well get a little buzz.
Yeah. Yeah, they know. Like I saw these dolphins throwing around a blowfish.
Yeah.
So they're chewing on the blowfish and they're kind of flicking it to each other because once you attack or once you touch a blowfish, they puff up. That's what their whole defense is.
Yes.
And they have poison on their body. So they chew it Like, and then they toss it. They're not trying to eat it. And they're playing around and they're flipping upside down and they're like swimming. And you can tell they're high. Mm-hmm. They're fucked up. Mm-hmm. And they all know they'll get fucked up if they chew on this.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
So it's
and
like.
Dolphins are fucking weird in general, too, because they fucking rape things.
They're definitely intelligent and they're learning more about their languages and stuff like that. They're using AI now to learn their language.
Yeah.
So they learned
to learn to talk to whales and dolphins and shit.
Yeah, was it whales and false killer whales or something like that? They were studying these two species and they learned through AI that they have their own language and they're figuring out their language. The two species sometimes come together and go on a hunt or as a unit. And when they do that, even though they have both their individual language, they come together and they start talking to each other in the third language that they both understand.
Look, I got to pause for a second. I'm sorry. Maybe it was that shot of tequila, but I'm so fucking hot now. Let me go get like a shirt.
All right, go for it, dude. I'm going to keep talking about these.
Tell us about it.
AI discoveries. The computers are going to manipulate us into taking over everything, or they already are. Who knows? Or we are in a simulation already. You think we're in a simulation already? I don't know. Maybe. Some people say we are. Some people say that mathematically we have to be in one, which is crazy. So what does that mean? What is existence? Where does consciousness come from? We don't know. That's right. But anyways, other than that, I think we should be fine. We should be able to get through this. We're definitely going farther out into space, searching for different planets, looking for different life forms. Maybe we have some already on this planet that have not been talked about. Who knows? We don't know. But anyways, I think he's back.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I just got way too fucking hot. I usually try to cool this room down because when the door's closed, like it was all day,
yeah,
it just gets warm.
Yeah, so we got Endgame on still.
Where we at? But we
still got some time.
We got some time for the countdown.
We saw Thanos get his arm chopped off already. That was early. So what do you think about the MCU, man? What would you like to see out of what character that hasn't been shown or talked about, do you think?
Has not been shown or talked about?
They should have their own film or they should explore their character more.
I feel like they've done some good things with some of the one-off characters, and I feel like, honestly, like the TV show stuff has been really good so far. And have you been keeping up with What If?
I haven't watched What If.
You haven't seen the first season? Oh, Jesus.
I see it on there.
Watch it. It's good.
Okay.
It's good. It follows our MCU characters.
Well, who is your favorite character that you haven't seen? Because you know some characters.
I don't know.
I mean, you liked Moon Knight a lot. That was pretty cool.
Yes, I liked Moon Knight.
Which was kind of crazy that you already knew all about it beforehand.
I liked the Werewolf by Night that they did was really good.
Would you like to see more of that?
I'd like to see some more like one-off things.
Do they
like
have more Marvel characters like that are just like monsters? Yeah, Swamp Thing, right?
Yeah, Swamp Thing is DC.
That would be awesome to see a Swamp Thing movie.
No, Swamp Thing is...
It might be DC.
It's DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swamp Thing is DC. But Marvel does have somebody
Vampire.
similar. There's like Blade, but I heard we're already getting that. This is some of the things I want to see, like, I know we're already getting. Like a Deadpool MCU. You know, we're going to get that.
Are we?
Yeah, that's the one that they're working on.
3?
Deadpool 3.
Okay.
They're bringing them into MCU.
When is that release date?
Oh, I don't know.
Are we gonna go watch it?
I don't know.
We have to go watch it. What are you talking about? You got Deadpool on your microphone, dude. Come on. What do you mean? I don't know. We got to do the 3 movie.
It says 2024, man.
We got to do the 3 movie deal.
July.
Okay, 3 movie deal, right? They're gonna do a midnight release, and then you can go watch all 3 movies.
Most likely. Oh, is there a trailer? No, there's not a fucking trailer.
Yeah, there is.
There can't be a trailer. Is there really a trailer?
Yeah, they're already showing Wolverine, man. He's fucking people up.
I know I've seen like pictures and shit, but I didn't see a trailer.
I don't watch trailers, but I know there is some stuff out there.
I feel like some of it's bullshit. Like, okay, one of the things I fucking hate is some YouTube channels that make fake fucking trailers, but they title them as if they're legit.
I know. They've been doing that for a while.
Screen Culture. If you ever see anything by Screen Culture, please, for the love of God, downvote it, report it as misleading. They don't put anything on there that it's a fan-made trailer.
I think if they would just tell people.
And it pisses me off, but they don't want to because they want the fucking clicks.
Because some of it is cool. They showed, what was the trailer that I watched that totally sucked me in? It was, fuck. I don't know. I can't.
There was a couple that I've seen, and I was like, I recognize this footage though, and that doesn't even look like.
Yeah, they that's what they do. They splice movie footage from,
and it's not even always like Marvel movie footage. It'll be the actor in some other fucking movie and shit.
Yeah.
And sure, you did a good job making a trailer. Bravo, and I wouldn't complain about it if you would list it first as fan.
You just
put it at the end. Say it's fan made, but they don't. For example,
or generated video.
Search for these people. Let's just do Deadpool 3. And we'll get the Screen Culture one as the first one up. And that's how I know that there's no official Deadpool trailer out there. And it says, Marvel Studios, Deadpool 3, first trailer, 2024.
Click on screen, fuckface.
I don't want to, though, because I know I'm just going to get more hits from them.
Well, no. So we can see other stuff that he's making. Or they
make it everywhere, bro.
Yeah, so what's some of the video? What else are they making?
Fuck. I hate going on to them.
Your old's hurting.
Squid Game Season 2 on Netflix trailer. Okay. Marvel Studios What If Season 2 finale trailer for episode 9.
Wow,
Disney
that's very
Plus.
specific.
Yeah, they do it. Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 teaser trailer, Netflix. That's the literal like.
Well, he said he would do another. He would do
and
more.
As soon as somebody puts it out there and it grows attention, that's what they'll fucking do.
But he said
make
he only
trailers for it, even though they don't have any real footage for this shit.
Zach said he would do more movies, but if it was on Netflix.
The Boys Season 4 new trailer, Prime Video. And then they're not related to any of these people.
Yeah.
And they put off this fucking garbage, like.
Oh, that's what it was. It was they put together Back to the Future 4. And it was like the DeLorean fucking drifting and shit and doing crazy stuff and like floating. Like we get to see it more active in its flying mode. And they showed Doc, and he's like, "Great Scott," like he did the whole thing and everything. And he got out of the DeLorean, and then you see Michael J. In a classroom, and he's like teaching or something like that. Like he's in the movie, but maybe not like that much or something. But he's like a character, like he's teaching the new guy something or something, and they got to go do something. Like it looked really cool. They put together, but then what they did was they took some shots from like Tokyo Drift and like put the DeLorean over those cars, and that's what was like. And I'm not saying drifting. That they're not making some cool content out there, but you know what, be fucking honest about it. Yeah, because I like what they're doing, and it does like give you that feeling like, oh shit, that would be awesome if they made a 4, like the way we wanted it with the DeLorean like fucking floating, close to the road and shit, and this flying and doing cool stuff like. But all that shit, it just pisses me off because like it'll come up on my feeds, like on my news feed or something. Google will throw that on my phone, and so it'll say like there's a new fucking trailer, and I'll be excited for half a second. Then I got to look into it and see its Screen Culture. And the problem is that I can't stop the content from coming in because Google's not giving it to me based on it being
screen culture that I'm interested in. It's giving it being based on the genre of stuff like Star Wars or Marvel or anything else I'm interested in. Google will send me some information about it. And then I'll get the fucking trailer from Screen Culture. And it pisses me off. I hate it.
Stop it, guys.
I just want them to stop. Don't they understand? It makes me mad.
There you go. Take that off.
Did you got so much glitter everywhere? You're so sparkly. Are you coming up on camera sparkly?
Probably.
How do we get the fireworks going on these things again? What was fireworks?
Fireworks is
It wasn't the piece, was it? I don't know. Is it doing anything? Oh, you would see it on OBS.
Oh, 2 thumbs up.
Is it 2 thumbs up? Oh, yeah, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up gives you... we'll do that at the end, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What I was going to say, though, is the movie that I want to... Or the character that I want to see that I haven't seen that I used to be... That was one of my favorite characters growing up was a Gambit. I always thought his card throwing, him able to charge up objects and the staff, and then he's got the Cajun fucking crawfish and all that.
I really liked Havoc, the way that they did Havoc in like the comics. Havoc is Cyclops' brother. But instead of like throwing beams through his eyes, Havoc was able to like throw beams through his like fucking other parts of his body.
I want to say, didn't they? Yeah, they had Havoc, didn't they?
They did. They did him just
first class
chest power.
Like in first class,
they took it all through his chest,
and he was like throwing fucking like.
And then they killed him off.
Yeah, they killed all those kids.
I don't know.
Which was weird.
Some of those were great heroes.
I heard that they want
something interesting.
They want to do a Cyclops like and redo him because he's more powerful and his powers are misunderstood.
Oh yeah.
At least the way that they portrayed it in the X-Men movies, the way his eyes and the beam works and stuff like that. I just heard some stuff about that. I haven't read into it. Like, unless you know more about Cyclops' powers.
I don't know enough.
Yeah,
a lot of people were very into X-Men. I was not one of them that was like,
because it was
X-Men.
on TV.
Yeah, so I got X-Men where I could, but it wasn't like I was like a big fanboy of them. But I knew of the most prominent ones and a couple of the other outliers.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, and some of the other people that came out of it. But that reminds me of, and I feel like I've said it before, but the one movie I want to see.
There we go. We got it now.
Because now I'm thinking of the characters, and it's starting to click in my head.
I knew it would come.
I will probably never see.
We'll never see him. So you're already saying you want to see him, but we won't.
Mm-hmm.
What if you wrote the script for this character?
Oh, I feel like we've had this conversation once too.
Well,
probably back when we were just doing audio. Squirrel Girl.
No, I've never heard
You
this.
haven't heard of Squirrel Girl?
No.
Squirrel Girl
now I know why you say it's never going to be made. Yeah. Well, you know what?
Squirrel Girl is one of the most powerful Marvel characters.
If you would have asked somebody if Guardians of the Galaxy would ever be made, you probably said no, right?
Probably back in the day. Who knows? I mean, we could see anything.
Because what I've heard from like real comic book like connoisseurs, they were like, Guardians of the Galaxy was not like one of those characters that you'd think would be a movie.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
And Miss Marvel, like we got a Miss Marvel film and TV show, and then she showed up in the Marvels movie, which is pretty good.
Was it good? I didn't see it.
I liked it. I mean, it was different. The story was kind of like, but it was fun.
It wasn't like movie theater, gotta go see it, like good though, huh?
I don't know. I can't even remember if I saw it in theaters. I think we did, but...
Did you?
I might have.
I don't think so. Remember. Because it was very few people that saw it in theaters.
I might have been one of them, man. Might have been one of them. But Squirrel Girl. And here's the thing is I noticed early on, too, is that they would introduce these characters on some of the newer shows and stuff. And then like the animated like stuff for kids. And I think what they do is they test it out. Like, does this character resonate with the kids enough?
Yeah, what kind of reaction?
And if they do, they'll put a little bit more of them. And then they ended up getting them to do, like, I saw Moon Knight come out in a couple of Spider-Man stuff. a little bit.
Yeah.
Same with like Miss Marvel. She was becoming very prominent in that. Spider-Gwen before they did the Spider-Verse stuff, you know? So I don't know. We could get a Squirrel Girl. I feel
they
like
can
she's
do it.
And I also feel like if they did a Squirrel Girl,
who would direct it?
Ooh, I want somebody gritty to direct it.
Like Todd Phillips
I want
or
to see
something?
Squirrel Girl,
You know,
but I want it to be slightly more darker.
You know who Todd Phillips is, right?
Yeah.
Joker? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe not that gritty.
Oh my god, that was too much for you. What about what is his name? Brian Reeves? Who's the guy that just did the last Batman? I forgot his name. I gotta look it up.
I don't want her to be just all comedic because she's very comedic and fun as
Why
a
can't
character.
you just do a fun?
But I just feel like if you were to take her and make it like slightly darker.
Okay, so wait, hold on, just to back up a little bit. You know about this character, right?
Enough, a little bit.
Did she get bit by a squirrel that was radioactive? Like, what happened? Did she
I
eat
don't
some
think so.
contaminated walnuts or something?
I don't know if she got her powers, but she could talk and control squirrels.
Okay, that's her power. So she's like Rat Master 2 or whatever the fuck that character was.
Yeah, except better. And she has a little squirrely friend that she talks to. Wears a little bow.
So she's just controlling. You see, my mind already pictured a girl like going up.
But she's so powerful. I think she's actually taken down Thanos.
With squirrels?
Yeah. She's strong too.
Oh, so she just has natural strength?
She's just...
Okay, we gotta look this character up because everything that
we
you
could look up a little bit of Squirrel Girl.
Just Google how did Squirrel Girl get her powers?
Squirrel Girl.
She was born out of a squirrel vagina. And what happened to her, dude? And are squirrels just naturally strong?
Doreen Aline Green, also known as Squirrel Girl, was born to Dorian and Maureen Green in Canada. When she was 10 years old, Doreen discovered she can communicate with squirrels and had a squirrel-like abilities,
So
including
she just discovered this.
prehensile tail. She has a tail. Combination of genetic mutation and experimentation. She has the strength and speed and agility and sharp claws of a squirrel, as well as the ability to communicate with and control squirrels.
So she was experimented on. Okay, is it like
I don't think she was. I think she was just born that way.
It says experiment,
but she was born with DNA being modified with squirrel genes.
Yeah, she was genetically modified, dude. She's a GMO, dude.
Let's see. She suffered a modification in her genes for unknown reasons that granted her squirrel-like abilities, which manifested predominantly as a prehensile tail. So one day she had a screw tail.
Holy shit, come on. Maybe that's why they're not going to make this movie. She just spontaneously started speaking and getting powers and grew a tail?
Yeah, according to canon, nobody really knows, and it's not important to her at all.
Well, it's important to us.
When she first debuted, she was considered a mutant, which became a plot relevant when the Great Lakes... Oh, the Great Lake Avengers. Damn, that's something that they should look into, too. Fucking Great Lake Avengers. Do you know who they are?
No, but you're going to tell me.
Jeez, that's a whole other long thing, though. Do I want to get into it? I have to look some of that up, too, because I don't want to mess it up. Let's see. I do know there's been some canon stories where Squirrel Girl has done some fucking crazy ass shit. And she's
this is
just
a rabbit hole we'll have to go
weird,
down to another time. We'll do some more deep diving.
Great
research.
Lake Avengers.
But that's interesting. I like this. This is a whole. There's a lot of storylines that they could explore, like you're saying. Would you rather see it as a TV show then? Or
I would love it as a TV show. I think
because this sounds like
that'd
a TV
fun.
show. The more you're starting to talk about it, I could see like a lake. I could see a fucking tire swing that like flips into the water, and like I could see this as a show. And fucking Squirrel Girl being a squirrel in the fucking forest and shit, talking to squirrels and being all squirrely. I don't know, living in a log cabin or something.
So
Are they Canadian? Are they living up north or what?
I've seen her primarily in like New York.
Upstate New York, probably forest area.
No, like the city and shit.
What the why is she a squirrel in the city?
Hey man, there's a lot of fucking squirrels in the city.
How many superheroes do we need in New York?
A lot. It's just easy for them to like write superheroes in New York. Their building was in New York. They look outside and be like, imagine if there was a girl walking around with a squirrel tail.
So many people in New York, man. So many superheroes born out of there.
Great Lake Avengers. So, Great Lake Avengers. There was this guy, he was called Mr. Immortal. I forget how, but he found out he couldn't fucking die. He tried to kill himself a lot.
A lot?
A lot.
Okay, maybe not do that.
Yeah, but he couldn't die. So,
like Deadpool's trying to kill himself.
Yeah, except he just is different.
Why was he failing to kill himself, though?
Because he couldn't kill himself. He's immortal.
Who is he? A fucking vampire or what?
No, he's just a dude. He's a fucking weirdo. All his people he hangs out with are weirdos.
So this sounds more mutinous. Like everyone's just kind of churning and nobody knows why they have these powers.
No, his shit was different. Let's see here.
Is he an alien then?
Let me find a little bit more about him. Here we go. The members and who they are. Direct from. Oh, that's right. So, as a young kid, his mom died at childbirth.
So what? He was being born.
Yeah. And so, dying after giving birth, Audrey Hollis was led to the afterlife by Death Urge, the embodiment of the Latin self-destructive impulses in all beings, who promised to look after Audrey's newborn son, Craig. And so he would have the kid growing up do some weird shit, like get himself into trouble and shit by putting himself in weird positions, like dangerous positions, because he couldn't die because he was watching over it.
So he just couldn't die?
Yeah. Craig's father, Edward, died in a fire after Craig and Dirge had played with matches. He was having the kid play with matches, burn the house down.
Normal.
Kid didn't die. Went to a foster home.
Try to kill himself, I guess, again. I'm guessing.
Yeah. He had the imaginary friend growing up, which was this death guy. After he found a girlfriend he loved and shit, she committed suicide.
Wow. This is straight for TV.
Yeah. They were in Milwaukee. She was depressed. She committed suicide.
So they're up in the fucking mountainous area.
And he saw his friend, the imaginary friend, like escort her out into like the afterlife and shit. And so he couldn't handle it. So he started trying to kill himself. That's why, tried to kill himself like several hundred times.
Shit.
He couldn't die. He would just recover from everything. So he decided to call himself Mr. Immortal and became a superhero. And then he started trying to find other superheroes to create this team of superheroes.
So no other ability other than just
that's all he can do.
Die.
Yeah, and you just self-resurrection. Now it's not self-heal. It's resurrection.
So he actually passes and then he comes back.
Yes.
That's what it sounds like. Mm-hmm. They have to just leave him alone and then he'll come back.
Has no use against real criminals, so he couldn't do anything, right? Like he would go try to fight crime. He'd be like, "Stop there, bank robbers!" And they would just fucking shoot him in the head and he'd be dead.
Yeah, and then he's just on the ground. Then later on he's going to wake up and
then he comes back. He can't do anything.
They think he's dead in the morgue and they...
So he started to recruit other superheroes. He recruited somebody known as Flatman.
I can guess what he is.
He was pretty much Mr. Fantastic, but was flat.
That's his ability. He goes flat.
He goes flat.
So
Big
weird.
Bertha is a supermodel.
Wow. But she's big?
Well, She has the power of super obesity.
Word.
So what she can do is she eats too much, she will grow.
Okay.
Into like giant size and shit. Like big lady.
But she just has to keep eating?
Yes, in order to do it.
Fuck.
And so to get back down to regular size, she has to vomit.
Kind of gross.
Yeah.
So she's just kind of using the food to inflate.
Mm-hmm. But so she's a rich supermodel, so she finances the team.
Oh, so she looks good, but then she just gets really fat. I know other people.
The doorman, he can create
doors.
Yeah, pretty much portals into other things. But just from like one place to another.
Like a Doctor Strange kind of portal.
More like, you see that wall? I'll put portal through that wall.
And
now you can get to the other side of the wall.
But you don't see anything, you just walk through the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. I get that.
Solid object, yeah. Using his body. So you actually have to walk through him.
Walk through his body. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see here. The sound manipulating Turdon-like dinosaur. Oh yeah, there's a dinosaur.
Like a raptor or something?
Well, the name is Dinosaur.
I know, but what kind of dinosaur? Like a fucking...
No, it's Dinah. Soar. She flies.
Oh, Dinah.
Dinah. That's her name. Yeah.
Let me see.
There you go. Dinosaur.
Dinah. Dinosaur. Just you can put it on the screen later.
Yeah, I know, but I always forget where, so I got to write it down.
Oh, okay. And then later on, you're like, what's the
so
name?
I know where I need to go, bro. You know how long it took me to put the fucking pictures of Poe in for the last episode? And the Emacs and the IMAX.
Yeah, that's funny.
So Dinosaur, she is a flying half dinosaur person.
I see what you did there, wordplay.
And her name is Dinah, spelled Dinah.
Dinah.
And her last name Soar, Soar. Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Because she flies.
So she sprouts wings out of there or what? Like,
and then Leather Boy. Leather Boy's
tough.
No. It's kind of a
bitch.
I think he was like a douchebag. He's non-powered leather enthusiast.
He just likes leather. Okay.
Mr. Immortal misunderstood him because he the way he got these superheroes, he's put out an ad in the paper.
That's usually how you find superheroes.
So do you know of who is it? Mr. Hand from South Park? Mr. Garrison's like gimp guy?
It sounds familiar. I just haven't watched a lot of South Park lately, but I can't.
We're gonna have to put images up of Leather Boy as well, but you'll see when I show you what he looks like.
Word. He's a member of the YMCA. Or the village people, I should say. He's a village person.
He's not a nice guy either. And I can't remember exactly why they decided they didn't want him in anymore.
I know why. Look at him. No, I don't know.
So the thing is that they are the Great Lake Adventures, because where are the Great Lakes at?
Minnesota, right?
Yeah. And there's not a lot of fucking crime that happens out there. So most of the time they don't do shit. They're fucking weirdest superhero team. But there have been other like prominent heroes that have like partnered up with them or joined their ranks occasionally. Like Hawkeye has been part of their group. Squirrel Girl has been part of their group.
That looks like a group Hawkeye would join. Just be like, "What's up, guys? I'm kind of better than you guys. You don't make me feel as bad as Tony Stark and Captain America because they're way cooler."
Yeah. And Hawkeye's wife, Mockingbird.
How come they didn't have her in Avengers? She just got blipped, right? She got fucking disappeared.
Yeah, I think this is because, I mean, that 616 Marvel Cinematic Universe is, a lot different.
They want to go like, they were trying to do like a realistic, like.
I mean, think about their Civil War. How many superheroes did we have in there? Huge for on screen, right? But the actual Marvel Comics Civil War involved every superhero.
I used to have one of those posters.
Yes, where you see like all the superheroes up there. Like we can put that up there too.
You're like, I'm thinking of stuff.
I'll put it down. Yeah. So the point is, Great Lake Avengers, they mean well. They're not the best at doing things.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a Peacemaker kind of situation going on.
I guess Deadpool's been part of their ranks. Oh, he's an honorary member.
They're gonna do another season of Peacemaker, so that'll be good.
And there have been some odd fucking characters in here.
Oh, dude, leather dude right. Is wearing. It has a ball gag.
Yeah, because
of course he does.
The way they put it is just a guy looking for a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That squirrel chick?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's Monkey Joe.
What the fuck? Okay.
I know. That's Squirrel Girl.
Yay! She looks a little Zelda-ish.
Well, that's I don't know if that's fan art or something. It's not the way she normally looks, I think.
Okay.
She looks a lot more... let's see.
Yeah, because that was straight out of anime picture looking thing.
She usually looks kind of like this, very kiddish in some of the.
And what's the when did this come out, in the 90s, the 2000s?
Squirrel Girl is in 92, I want to say.
Okay. Interesting.
She's weird for sure, but she's cool and super powerful.
So you would go with Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl has taken down Thanos before.
Which is kind of ridiculous.
And we know that this happened because there is a comic strip where the Watcher, who sees all in the universe, has said that this was canon event. Here's the actual comic strip, and we can throw that up there too. Let me see if I can open it up. Oh, I don't want that. I just want to open the image. I want to open the image. The Watcher says to Squirrel Girl, "Congratulations, Squirrel Girl. By defeating Thanos, you have saved the entire multiverse. I wish I could have helped, but as a Watcher, I'm forbidden to interfere." And then he says...
Forbidden by who?
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's okay. Utah's the Watcher. You don't know anything about the Watchers because you haven't watched...
What If?
What If.
Okay.
I still can't believe that me and Tippy Toe took out the real Thanos. And the Watcher says, "Yes, Squirrel Girl. With my cosmic senses, I can confirm that that is in fact the one true Thanos and not a robot clone or simulation. She destroyed Thanos with her and her little squirrel friend."
Not the clone and not
a simulation. It's canon. Watcher approved. So the Watcher is part of these beings that oversee everything that happens in the multiverse. They see everything. One of them is a little too fascinated with the heroes of Earth and the Avengers and all the Marvel characters, right? And so he watches very closely, and he's not supposed to get involved in anything. But when things get really dire, he starts to lend a hand here or there. And he's not supposed to.
Breaking the rules.
The Watcher watches everything, though. And so What If, is a bunch of storylines that kind of like give the idea of like, okay, we know what happens in the Avengers, right? Like, we know what if Tony Stark did this, then this, and this happens, right? But what if he didn't? What if it wasn't Tony Stark didn't get in that blast? What would change? Because every decision we make creates another multiverse, right?
I guess.
So the Watcher in his What If series, because it's like his series, he goes into that kind of idea of like what would happen. And these are fascinating tales that fall out of this prime universe.
So, but there's infinite options of things that can happen, right? So that's why the what if is like it could basically do anything it wants. Right?
Oh yeah, it's like what if Spider-Man actually succeeded at his wrestling career or something instead. I actually have
this sounds
a comic
like,
right there.
This sounds like the Twilight Zone for Marvel.
It is.
Someone's like, we should do the Twilight Zone for Marvel, and then just made comics that talked about what if.
What if Spider-Man never became a crime fighter?
Yeah.
Who would he be? The one you've been waiting for. Uncle Ben's alive and well, and Spider-Man's in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. My dad actually got that for me as a gift. Found it at like a garage sale or something.
That's cool.
Yeah, if they ever do this one, who knows? Might be some money.
Some what if.
Yeah, this is an old one too. What is this? 79?
That's the Power Stones?
No.
Oh.
This is a what if comic. What if Spider-Man never became a crime fighter? What would happen, right? And they all start off with, in the What If series, with the Watcher in the background there. Trying to be gentle as I can. But you see the Watcher there.
Yeah. It's got no pupils.
Yeah. So, what if Spider-Man had stopped the burglar who killed his uncle?
And you can get an airsoft gun too.
So instead of, we all know how Spider-Man got his powers, right? And then he was trying to do the wrestling thing. Guy was like, yeah, here's your cut. And he's like, I was supposed to get more money than this. And he's like, well, no, that's all you get is this. And then they're like, wait, stop that guy. He's stealing everything, right?
That's the original comic book story, right?
Yeah. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So, but what if instead of letting him go, Spider-Man stops him? That's what this story tries to tell you.
Yeah.
Is instead Spider-Man stops the guy when the guard says stop. He starts to think to himself, like the first thing he thought about was, wait, I'm not going to help you. It's not my problem, right? But then he thinks, hey, now, by helping this copper, could be doing myself a big favor for publicity. So
he still did it for selfish reasons.
He does it for selfish reasons. But because Uncle Ben doesn't die, then he starts to get involved with the guy who was pulling the strings there. And now you've got Spider-Man on like late night shows, selling fucking products and stuff, and becoming fame and glory.
Fully selling out. Selling shampoo? What is that?
Let's see. Want to know why I don't have those webs under my arms tonight? Well, I started using New Ice Blue deodorant.
Huh.
So if Spider-Man ends up becoming a hero and everything, right? He eventually ends up having to wear a cape because heroes wear capes and stuff, and he becomes popular. He goes to like movie openings. Damn, there's so many ads in these old comics. And a whole bunch of other fucking shit happened. It's been a while since I read this one, actually. But he gets confronted by other heroes and eventually has to do something else. There's a whole fucking story here. I'm not going to spoil it or read through it. I barely remember all of it. But the idea of what if is that, what if one small thing changed in the stories that we all know? What if this didn't happen the way we all remembered it?
Yeah.
What if?
What if, this is not Marvel, but what if, Batman didn't lose his parents or something?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we've actually
They did
seen
that too, right?
I have that comic where Booster Gold steps in and saves Batman parents. And so all of Gotham goes into fucking chaos. You know?
It still goes into chaos. I thought...
yeah. Like that comics book is called The Gift. It's a storyline where Batman was supposed to get... It's in the Rebirth stories. So Booster Gold wants to get Batman a gift. And what do you get? Fucking Batman as a wedding gift. You give him Booster Gold thought. Well, the gift of knowing that he's made a difference, right? By saving his parents.
How did he know his parents were going to die?
Because everybody, sorry, you don't know Booster Gold. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's something else I'd love to see is Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of the shit. I feel like we're just going on tangents here and never finishing something. All right, let's back up. Booster Gold. He is from the future.
Okay.
So, in the future, this young man, he was on a college football team playing for Gotham, right? He grew up with just his mother.
The Gotham Knights.
Father abandoned him. It was a Gotham College, Gotham University. GCU. Wait, Gotham University. Gotham City University. GCU. So Gotham City University, he was a football player in this new, well, it wasn't really football. It's like a new cosmic football.
How old is this comic? Like 60s, 50s, 70s, 80s?
Booster Gold. I want to say it's been 80s. Booster Gold came out in the 80s. Booster Gold. Debuted in... '86.
Okay, 80s.
Booster Gold is one of my favorite characters because he's got such a crazy origin story of who he is and what he does.
Okay, football player, college.
Yes. He grew up poor. His mom's sick.
Yeah.
And his college career is really the only thing he thought he can do to like make money and stuff. His dad...
What's his position? They never say.
I can't remember. He's
fullback.
from the 25th century Gotham. And his dad was a lowlife, left him as a kid. His dad comes up to him once he sees that his son is doing so good. He's like a star athlete.
Yeah.
So his dad has a proposition for him. I'm going to make some big bets. Throw a game.
Ooh.
We'll be able to pay for your mom's medical bills.
Bruce Willis style.
So he does. And I think he gets away with it once, and the dad like forces him to do it again, and he like kind of wants to do it for his dad because he never really got to know his dad. Yeah. And of course he wants to help his mom. So he does it like one other time. He's trying to put an end to it. He's like, this is the last time, and he gets caught.
Of course. And whenever you want it to be the last
scholarship.
Time. Yeah.
And ends up having to take a job as a night watchman at a museum. And there is this little like automatic little robot called Skeets, who's also like a night watchman. And he has like all the knowledge of the museum. He's like a little floating robot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty advanced for the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
We don't even have that yet. It would basically be like a little drone, I guess, today.
Yeah, just hovering around him. So inside the museum is what's called a time sphere. It's like this, it's Rip Hunter's. Rip Hunter was a superhero guy, traveled through time. He was like in charge of, what do they call themselves? They're like time police to correct the universe into the way it needs to go.
Rick and Morty time police.
Right. So Rip Hunter and his time sphere was in the museum. There's also a couple of other things in the museum, like all the superheroes from all in the back in the day and whatnot. And there's a utility belt from, I think, Brainiac that gives like a shield to him. And there's a flight ring from the Legion of Superheroes, which is a superhero group in the future.
Okay.
And the ring gives you the ability like superpowered strength and the ability to fly. Okay.
All right.
So combining all this stuff together, and Skeets, he takes the little robot with him and
Skeet.
Travels back in time. And the idea is that if he travels back in time, finds some very prominent areas to like intervene and save people, you know, he can become famous, make some money off of it, come back into the future, you know, have it all deposited into a bank account, pay for his mom's medical bills and shit like that. Okay? That's his plan. As he goes back in time, he is doing all that stuff, trying to go for the, you know, the clout, the glory, you know, and whatnot, and is becoming like known in the superhero community as kind of like a farce. Like, you know, Batman and Superman, they're like thinking like this guy.
How is he doing it?
He's going in there, he's saving people, sure, but he's doing it high profile and he's doing it for the fame and glory. Like, hey, it's Booster Gold and I'm here to save you and stuff, you know? And
why did he pick Booster Gold? That's just his name?
It wasn't, I forget exactly why. I think he wanted to be called something else, but the guy he saved botched his name and called him Booster Gold instead.
It's like Buddy Gold or something.
Yeah, it was like this whole thing. But interesting enough, when you're fucking with time, and these time police kind of get involved, right?
Yeah, they do.
They do. So he gets recruited by Rip Hunter. And he gets pulled out of the timeline because he wasn't supposed to be there anyway. After doing this for a bit. Yeah, and he wasn't a very popular hero. So by the time they did this, it was kind of interesting. He gets pulled by Rip Hunter and is told, like, look, you fucked up shit. And we got to fix it now. You're not supposed to be jumping in time. You stole this time sphere. Can have you, like, you know, whatever I want to do with you. But what I need you to do is work for me. You work for me and help correct things that need to be done. And in return, you know, you'll pay off your debt that you owe.
Mafia style.
Yeah. So some of the things he does, like, you know, the storyline where Batgirl gets shot by the Joker.
No, I don't know that one.
There's a storyline. Joker shows up Batgirl's apartment and shoots her in the fucking stomach. She becomes paralyzed. She can't be Batgirl anymore and becomes the Oracle.
Ooh.
Okay. Who helps Batman on the sidelines in her wheelchair.
And Neo. At
the same time, he took her body, kidnapped her dad, Commissioner Gordon, strapped him naked to a roller coaster at this abandoned carnival, which I don't know why no one has demolished this thing yet, because he always seems to go there, the Joker.
Yeah, the abandoned carnival.
Yeah. And he takes Batgirl, strips her naked, takes a bunch of pictures of her bleeding out, throws them all over in projectors and film and everywhere on this trip to like fucking destroy Gordon's mind, making him watch his daughter bleeding out, naked, tortured, terrible shit, right? Well, the timeline broke and that didn't happen. So Booster Gold needs to make it happen.
He has to go kill him?
Some fucked up shit. He's got to put things in the right spot.
So that's what the time police do. They fix
the things. And it's like, well, hold on. I don't, why would we do this? We could keep Barbara alive and stuff. And Rip Hunter kind of shows him like, sure, if you do that and you fail at doing this, XYZ is going to happen, which is even fucking worse.
That reminds me of Spider-Man. What's the last one? There's Far From Home.
No Way Home?
No Way Home. That's No Way Home, right? Where Tony Stark, or not Tony Stark, or Doctor Strange is talking to Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's like, we got to save him. We can change him. And he's like, their deaths are infinitely more valuable than to the universe.
Mm-hmm. To the multiverse.
Like, like they need whatever they're supposed to do. Needs to happen.
Yes.
That's what.
The same
that's
thing
what makes me think
we
of.
see in like the Loki series and everything too. So Booster Gold is kind of like confronted with this, and the sad part is he doesn't get to travel the entire time. He needs to continue to be a nuisance in the timeline. Meaning he's got to play his role of being like, clout hungry and media hungry. And
for that timeline.
For everything he's in. So all the other superheroes don't get the ability to actually watch him do the things he's doing, which is saving all of existence, really. He has one of the most important jobs. He is the greatest superhero that nobody gets to know about.
Yeah.
He has to do it all behind the scenes.
This is definitely another TV show.
It's so fucking crazy. There's even that comic stack over there that I tried to show you once. There's a storyline where Superman is devastated with the fact that his dad might be alive. And he knows Booster Gold travels through like
timelines.
Time and everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's no way that my father can be alive. There's this whole thing where his father's an evil guy fucking shit up, right? And Booster Gold's like, okay, well, we'll take you to the edge of Krypton, but I warn you that if we do this, like, it fuck with you and you can't do anything about it. So he takes them there. The sphere is protected against like the explosion of Krypton, and Superman is having to watch as his father, like at the very last minute of his death, disappears. And he's sitting there like, we could save everybody. We could save everybody, you know? And he's getting all like fucking dramatic about it. And Booster Gold's trying to tell him we can't. We can't. Because if we save them, if we save Krypton, you never come to Earth. You never fight Doomsday. You never save any of these people. You never have these relationships. Justice League doesn't get created. The stuff that you have done for everybody doesn't matter anymore. You fucked up all of existence if you don't let this happen.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, like Superman understands like, yeah, and it's so fucking hard. And he's brought to tears. He's on his knees. He's crying and he's pissed off at Booster Gold at the same time. And then he finally like takes a breath and he says to him, he's like, I get it now. I get what you do. And I'm so sorry that you have to go through this every single time you are out here doing your job.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the most emotional fucking things I've read. So yeah, Booster Gold, time traveling hero that nobody gets to know about because all of his fucking deeds are secret.
He gets no credit for it.
Gets no credit. He saves the multiverse over many different times, but can never do anything about it.
That reminds me of
greatest hero that you've never heard of.
That reminds me how Dark Knight ended. Remember? Where he's just like, I'll be the villain, or I'll take the fall.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not the hero that Gotham deserves, but I'm the hero. No, I'm not the hero that it needs.
I'm the one that it deserves.
Deserves or needs. It's one of those fucking weird, like, oh yeah, so cool.
No, dude, the way it ended, man, it got me so pumped up walking out of the theater. Mm-hmm. And I remember I watched the movie and I was supposed to drive somewhere and I was on the freeway so jacked up from the ending of that movie that I passed my exit by like 7 exits, dude. I looked up and I was like, where the fuck am I, dude? I was just like, dun, 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 dun. Like the ending of that movie just got me so fired up, man. I remember seeing it, dude, and I was like, yeah, man, he's a fucking man. Batman's the man. I don't know. It was cool. Dude, yeah. It was a cool.
They were fucking cool back in the day. Yeah.
Dark Knight, I think.
That stuff happens in the comics all the time. And then that goes back to why we started talking about Booster Gold.
Yeah.
And the what ifs and Batman. And like, if Batman's parents never died, Gotham was pretty much run by villains. It's normal people don't visit Gotham anymore because it's just nothing but fucking crime. There's no good that comes from it.
So why did he save Batman's parents in the first place then?
It was supposed to be this weird idea of him getting a gift.
Yeah.
But he went a little insane with it. And the entire fucking book is insane.
He should know better than anybody,
It's a 3-part comic book called The Gift. It's I believe it's in the Rebirth series.
Yeah.
And Batman is supposed to get married to Selena Kyle. They were making this big fucking thing about it. It was a huge event at the time. And then eventually that fucking shit never happened. bullshit, you know. I have all of those, including they just did it to make this spin-off Catwoman comic.
Did they ever do a Batman series where he wasn't rich and he was poor? Like Hobo Batman?
Hobo Batman? I don't know.
I don't know why. I just thought of that. Hobo Batman, dude. Somebody needs to do Hobo Batman. Where he like has gadgets and stuff because he's still smart.
There's been a bunch of other Batman stuff like that. Like we got Batman, but he's always got some type of fortune that helps him.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
like,
Batman's superpower is that he's rich.
Yeah, but he's also really smart. So like Hobo Batman could figure out how to make weapons with like the stuff he finds around the city.
I don't know. They always make it. It's not that he's smart. I think it's that he's clever.
No, because he is always like tinkering and gadgeting with, like even in the Dark Knight series. Remember his Morgan Freeman's like, I couldn't get the auto pilot fixed, but I'm sure you could fix it or something like that. Or they even did that in the fucking what is it, the DC one?
I feel like in the comics he is intelligent as a person, but he does heavily rely on Lucius Fox, Morgan Freeman's character.
What's the DC movies he did? It was Superman versus Batman, but what was it? Not the Avenger. I keep wanting to say Avengers, but it was the League, right? The fucking, what's it called? You're trying to watch the movie.
What League?
DC, what is theirs? Justice League. Golly. I was like, what's their league? And then you're like,
sorry, I got distracted. I forgot about the Nebula versus Nebula thing in this Avengers movie.
I know. Sometimes you got to go back and watch those movies, man. There's so many Easter eggs. But yeah, the Justice League. Remember, they have fucking Ben Affleck trying to fix the fucking ship, remember? And he's working on it in his workshop and stuff like that. So Batman does have
you play the movie behind me. How would see you do it if I put some movies back here, man?
Oh, I'll watch it and talk, dude.
I know. I can't. I get distracted.
I can do them all.
I get distracted. That's a good pause right there, too. Look at that. It's badass.
Oh, dude, that's a screensaver, man.
Is that a screensaver?
No, I'm saying that would be.
Oh, that would be. Yeah.
Remember when people were really into screensavers?
I'll put it up here, too.
Remember? Okay, I'll tell you the time on the movie so you can find it. There's an hour and 16 minutes left with 19 seconds.
No fucking way. You're at hour 16 on the movie?
Yeah.
There's hour 17 in, as I wrote it down as 116.
Because I did kind of start the movie when we started. Oh, you
started it when we started.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that makes a lot of fucking sense.
Well, no. It's not at 1 hour 16. This is how much is left of a 3-hour movie. So actually, I did start early.
We have an hour 16 left, and we're at the hour 16 mark when you paused it?
No. That's not the hour 16 mark. It's at an hour and 48.
Well, that's what I would need to know for the fucking screenshot, man.
I know. I just realized that because I'm looking at the time at the last bar, and that's how much is left. So
I can't even remember what all these marks are for now. Oh well. I'm sure when I go back and listen to it, I'll be like, oh yeah.
Well, write a little note. The first one is what? The first one was I
don't need to. I'll just
You just listen at those timestamps and then
I'll just come back and look at it.
Yeah,
I'll figure it out.
You got a system.
It'll get figured out. I'm sure.
I'm just laughing because you get so into.
I get fucking distracted, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
But that's what balances us, though. I think as a conversation is that I'm one way and you're another way. We're almost like the opposites in that way. Like you have a very focused mind. Like I could literally be talking to you about something and you won't hear nothing.
Yeah.
If you're focused on what you're doing, like if you were like I'll be talking to you while you're editing or something and you won't hear a word.
No.
You won't hear nothing.
No, because I can't.
that is an ability though to turn off.
I don't think it's a good one, man.
It is though, because if you were
I could stay focused for X amount of time, and then after a moment or two, like between editing, when I gotta wait for things to process and stuff, that's when I get distracted again.
But when you're in it though, you're in it.
Yeah.
So you're super focused. I can't. If you were talking to me while I was doing something, I would be listening to you and not doing whatever I'm doing. Like, it would take away from whatever I'm doing because I would be interested in what you're saying. So I can do both, but I have to hear this. I cannot turn off this secondary voice. You can turn it off. You can just close the fucking door and not even hear. I have to listen to it, even if I don't want to. So that's a whole nother problem, dude. Imagine when anybody ever talks, you have to pay attention. So like that's why like a lot of times when I work,
I feel like I have to too, because if I don't, my mind will just like have a whole different thing in my head.
But you can turn it off though. You can literally.
I can't.
Because you have.
I have to stay hyper focused in order to complete something, and if I'm talking to you, I've got to try to make sure like whatever you're saying, I'm trying to process it at the same time. If I don't repeat what you say in my mind, it doesn't. I don't hear it.
Sometimes you'll start talking and it's like you typed out your sentence and you're just waiting to,
and then I'll just I'll get to the point and I'll be like
because I'll throw in a curveball at the end or something, and then you're like, hold on, you're like, because you already had
wait a minute.
You already had something typed out and then I threw a curveball at the end.
Because if I don't say what's on my mind, like, then I will just forget
what you were going to say.
What I was going to say.
Yeah. See, so
that's a bad thing. Like, interrupting people is a problem I have all the time.
But it's just the way your mind works. That's just understanding how you work and then trying to optimize it. Because I think there's always positives and negatives to any ability. You know, we were talking about superheroes and stuff like that. Like, they do that with a lot of the characters too, right? You know, even though they have extraordinary strength, they might be susceptible to this or that, or like, the classic case of Superman. He's super strong. He can fly, laser eyes, breathes cold air, can freeze things, can rewind time by flying around the earth, but if you give him some fucking kryptonite, he's gonna get fucked up.
If you give him green kryptonite.
Oh, specifically green kryptonite.
Kryptonite
Is
weakens
there purple?
him.
Is there
There's
gold?
A spectrum of kryptonite. A red kryptonite throws you into rage.
So he'll just get
like,
angry?
We've talked about the Batman Who Laughs before, right?
The Batman Who Laughs?
The Batman Who Laughs.
That's a whole nother rabbit hole.
Jeez,
dude.
do you want to go down that one?
No, I think we went enough down some interesting topics already. But yeah. So I'm saying that's the yin and the yang. That's what we've been talking about. You have these abilities, but also there's things that suck about them. And I think it's just understanding. All right, cheers to fucking.
Cheers.
To the new year, man. 2024, dude.
2024.
I like this. I'll say it goes down pretty smooth. I could use a lime to chow on, but
Ooh, I got a big spilt on this bottle. Carmessi. Carmessi. I don't know how to speak Spanish.
Good. It would be good in a margarita. I could drink a margarita with that. I like margaritas. Probably because I like fucking salt and shit.
Some good shit. Yeah.
See, you were thinking about good shit. Did you hear my last comment, what I said?
You like salt.
The margarita.
Margarita.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think that's why I like margaritas, because of salt. So you heard part of it.
I hear things. I just don't process them right away.
Yeah.
Unless I'm actively trying to process them.
Yeah. But so you just have to actively try.
I'm always fidgety too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But, it's a little.
Know what I know.
It's a little quirks, that we all have, the little things that we do. that make us unique, you know?
Yeah.
Our humanity, right? That's going to be a big thing. I've been listening to these AI dudes, and they're just fucking... If you want to get freaked out about where AI is going, listen to these guys, you know? Anybody that's in the industry right now, Silicon Valley.
I don't want to get freaked out though. Like that.
Did you run into any computer guys when you were in San Francisco? I mean, Silicon Valley was...
Well,
any tech guys?
I mainly hung out around...
Do you think you could have been a tech guy if you would have been like around some people and like, dude, what if you got into Facebook
I almost
early?
got a job at Apple.
Yeah.
But in their Apple store.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember because I was the tech guy in the dorm, you know? I went to a school full of artists and I happened to have like this enthusiasm for technology. I'd already been like, tinkering with like Hackintosh at the time.
Yeah.
I was pirating software for everybody back then. I remember
allegedly.
Allegedly. There's no paper proof. Everything was in cash. I had a friend who had like a broken Apple charger or some shit.
And you fixed it?
Well, we were trying to figure out what was wrong. So we tried it with my charger, with their charger, other people's charger, the laptop, you know, back and forth. And we determined like, pretty sure your charger's bad.
Yeah.
But let's see if it's under warranty. Let's go to the Apple store. So we go onto the Apple store. I bring my MacBook and my charger to show them like...
It's not charging.
Yeah. It doesn't work on mine. Doesn't work on theirs. We know it's different voltage, but let's try the ones at the store, you know. So we're talking to the guy. I'm explaining everything I tried for her because she was like, you know, a little timid about talking to somebody getting taken advantage of. No, my friend.
Oh, okay.
So I'm talking to the Apple store dude, and I pull out my laptop, and at the time I had something called a BookBook. I think they still have these. I'm not too sure. But there was a really cool case for the MacBooks.
Yeah.
And it looked like a leather bound book, and you would zip it.
They still have something like that.
Yeah, so cool. I had one, loved it. You know, you could just look like a fucking big ass leather book. But it was for your MacBook. And the guy was like, oh, wow, that's really cool. Where'd you get that? And I was telling him about it. I was showing him the features and everything. I was pretty much selling him on the accessory. And I was going through all the troubleshooting that I'd done on the computer and everything we've tested and the battery test diagnostics and the screenshots I've taken and everything. He's like, okay, well, I mean, you've done everything I would have done. And unfortunately, we don't warranty these chargers, so you'd have to buy a new one. And this MacBook takes the higher wattage charger. And we're like, yeah, we need that. And
what
then
is it, 60 watts?
Then he hands me his card. He says, I'm actually the store manager here. And if you're looking for a job, we could really use someone with the passion that you have.
And the tech knowledge, right?
And I was like, well, I didn't really think about getting a job. It was my first year of college.
Why didn't you get the job?
Well, it was closer to the end of the semester. We were going to go home for the summer. And so I told him that. And I was like, well, I'm only here for school. I'm going to be going home in the summer. He's like, well, when you come back, hit me up.
There you go.
The problem is I never went back to school. I couldn't finish school because of financial issues, my parents' divorce, and the private school, private loans, and
So the booster fucking guy comes and gives you some money. Booster, what's his name?
Booster Gold?
Booster Gold comes and is like, hey, Steven, here's your tuition money for next year. And then you go, you join the Apple store.
I've always thought about that, man.
You get into the Apple company and then...
Honestly, if I had... Because at the time, I had a Windows phone.
They just showed what $1,000 investment into Apple would be worth today.
I know. I've looked into that before, too.
Like, at the time of,
it's
like...
scary thoughts.
It's not scary. It's awesome, dude.
Like, I know it's awesome. Like, I told Crystal this the other day. Like, when Dogecoin started blowing up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Shiba Inu on the Ethereum chain was a brand new thing. I remember reading an article about it being a brand new thing. And I remember looking into how to purchase some Shiba Inu. And I remember having a stimulus check at the time. And I was going to spend the stimulus check on the Shiba Inu.
You had the plan.
That was the thought. I didn't follow with it.
Yeah.
Because it was scary. It was an investment. And I really didn't know what I was doing with Bitcoin or crypto at the time or anything. So instead, we bought a pool table.
Which you still have.
We still have.
And we have used it many times. I mean...
But had I put that money in there...
What would it have been?
Jesus.
Like 100,000, 200,000, 500,000?
More. Shiba Inu went blasted.
At the time.
When was that? It was like mid 2020, end of 2020, I think. Or
you got this
early 2021 when I heard about it.
You got the probably 2020 because...
It was before we moved here, so it was probably mid 2020. So...
You're trying to look up what it was?
I'm trying to see what it was.
Or if you look at some kind of graph for the last 5 years, you might be able to see.
It was pretty big when it first came out. It was before May
Excuse me.
of 2021. Because we moved into this house in 2020. It was at the other house, so it must have been this number. If we'd have done it when it started. Let's see what that number would have been. I'll paste it here. Multiply that by... if I had the 1,400, because that was the stimulus check, I think, at the time.
Okay.
How would I do that math? I don't know how to do math right now.
I don't know, man. I don't know the stock math and how to calculate the fucking price.
Google doesn't even want me to do it that way.
Could you ask Google like what would be my
I would have had, if I don't even know, what is this, 7.84 times 10, what?
I don't know, man. It's crazy math. But in any case,
dude, I would have had a lot of money. I think it was up there. It was up there.
It was enough that you were like, holy shit.
One SHIB coin would have cost
0.000 something, right?
Like low percentages of a penny, like a percent of a penny.
Yeah.
By the time it hit its peak,
whatever, and then it went up.
It would have
many
been
zeros.
in the hundreds of thousands, closer to millions.
Yeah.
It would have become a shabillionaire overnight.
Right.
But you know, what ifs?
All right, Booster, where are you at, man?
I know, right? Where's my time traveling companions?
Come fix this timeline.
I actually had a dream.
Okay.
Last night that I was...
Okay, this is interesting because this is pre-New Year's dream.
Yeah, it was a dream last night.
Hold on. Before you get into the dream, what do you think there's kind of a switch over from like one year to another? Do you feel like a change is happening?
I don't.
I
haven't felt that way in a long time.
I feel like something. I don't know what it is. And it's not like what you're saying right now. Normally, I'm just like, Happy New Year, you know, like whatever. But I feel like there's something different coming. And I hope so. in good things are coming for us. I don't know why.
I hope so. That'd be great.
I hope so too, but I don't know why I have this feeling that good things are coming. And I don't know why it's hitting me. I've been like the last couple of days, like I've been like, wow, man, I can't wait for 2024. And I don't know why. Do you think we have some kind of intuition when it comes to like good things?
I was kind of looking into that too. It was all spammed from this dream that I had last night and the conversation I had with Crystal in the morning. But in this dream, I was in New Mexico visiting family, but I was self-aware that I time traveled. I was in the past.
So you knew that you were in New Mexico, but you also time traveled.
Yes. And I was talking to my uncle who is deceased now.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the bigger things. Like I knew I had time traveled.
Yeah.
Like I'm self-aware and I'm telling him about, you know, where I'm at right now and everything. And I remember like it must have been early on, like in the early 2010s.
Yeah. Because
I didn't have Wi-Fi to my grandma's house. This was pre-grandma having a stroke. So like she was a different person. And I was grabbing my uncle's phone, I think, to grab the Wi-Fi off of it. You know, so that I can get the Wi-Fi password and everything because no one knew what the fucking password was. And I put the Wi-Fi password on my phone.
Did you read any numbers or letters? You can't, right? In your dream?
I could. And I typed it in and it worked.
But could you say it out loud? Like, I know you're
I
typing.
can't remember what it is right now.
Yeah, see, there's some
I remember
kind
it started with a P2X something.
There's some kind of mental block with like numbers and letters or something
It's
like
hard
that.
for you to like...
Yeah. Like if you try to remember a whole code, you can't.
I can't.
But you know that it was a code and you typed it in.
Yes.
Right.
And so I had thought about going online, and I decided to look up the price of Bitcoin at the time. And so whatever time period we we're at, it was $155 per Bitcoin. And we're at like 40,000 right now, like somewhere up there.
Yeah.
So $145 per Bitcoin. And then coincidentally, my friend from Texas, Eddie, was there too. Like he had time traveled as well. And we were talking about it. And I was like,
damn. He time traveled too?
If only we could buy Bitcoin right now. And it was at that point that I woke up.
And just from that conversation.
Yes. And I was having this conversation with Crystal about the dream. So I tell her the whole thing. And I'm like, and it started to, and before I went back to bed about it, right?
You remembered the dream, so that's
I remembered
good.
the dream. And then I remembered thinking about what I would do. So it occurred to me that if I was dawned upon like, you know, a plethora of fortune early on, what would stop me from, like, I wouldn't be able to just create an account, Bitcoin, and keep it secret from myself and just remember to come grab it when I come back, right? What if I accidentally stumble upon it? What if I'm trying to create a Bitcoin wallet or something back in the day using my email addresses that I know? I'd have to create a whole other email address, right? And then I'd have to take the risk of making sure none of that gets deleted. I'd have to find a wallet chain or something, keep it somewhere safe. Like, how do I manage this?
To get it to you in the future.
And I thought to myself, like, well, what if I go back in time? Who can I trust? I would think, like, I would trust, you know, a friend. So I was thinking, like, I knew Eddie back then. So I would go and I'd ask Eddie and be like, hey, look, invest in this, share the profits, right? But can I really trust his life to stay on course? Because what if he became like super fortunate and rich? Would that change my future?
Or
would I come back to a future that is now completely changed? So I came up with a solution.
Yeah.
I would grab the most recent lotto numbers that just came out. I would
like
take
last
those,
week's or
like
something.
last week's lotto numbers.
Okay.
I would go back. I'd laminate the paper I'd write them on, the date it's for, and I would give that
Buy
to
a
somebody
ticket
who
on
is
this.
not me. Because I don't want to risk ruining my future. Give it to somebody I trust, right? Who would buy the lotto ticket.
Yeah.
So I was thinking I could give it to Eddie. I can tell him not to open this until a certain time. And I know this guy would not do it. He would go and live his entire life. I'd tell him never mention it to me until Christmas 2023. Open up that envelope. Look at the laminated paper. What is it? Lotto numbers. Buy the ticket. Instructions there. Buy ticket, thank me later, save me some money. I would come back to my starting point. And now he's opened it on the day I come back.
Yeah.
I have not altered much of anything. Just a smallest ripple that has no effect, right?
Well, there's the butterfly effect.
There's
right.
a butterfly effect, but I'm trying to limit it as much as possible. And I think that would be the only way to gain fortune from time travel, limit it, and be able to reap the rewards without actually damaging my timeline.
Well, you basically had the Back to the Future dream.
Yeah.
Right. Marty gave Doc the letter that said to wear the vest because you're gonna get shot in the face. Isn't there like some kind of fan theories about that like that Morty that Marty is not the Marty that went back in time, that other one died?
He can't be. He can't be.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking scary thought.
That's
but
crazy,
see, that's
right?
the thing is he did something that affected his moment in time, right? If I do this, it affects my future that is already unseen to me.
Yeah.
If I never go to the future's still unwritten in my perspective. I can come across that sum of money and change my life going forward from this point.
Yeah.
Without having to know what the difference would have been without it. And I think that's the big caveat in it all. So in my mind, it made sense to find a way to reap the benefits without having to ruin anything. Because if I had discovered Bitcoin early, what if I decided to pull out early?
What if you had it on a hard drive?
My entire, well, yeah, but what if this hard drive gets corrupted? What if it gets lost and it's a whole other thing? I've got to entrust myself to protect it. I've got to entrust myself not to write over it, not to disregard it as
you
trash.
have to put it somewhere that's going to be untouched land. Like
I thought about that too.
Yeah.
But what if I go and now there's like unclaimed property or something, like I lock it in a safe lockbox or something like that.
I'm talking about like digging it next to a tree that you know that it never gets, nothing ever gets built by it or something.
But you just would know that something would happen, right?
Oh, I'll put it in some kind of dry, vacuum sealed bag with another bag on top, in a box, in another box. Like I would double seal this because that's what that dude, right, that had all that Bitcoin.
You would think, but what if I did this in like California? There's an earthquake now. This thing is revealed. Somebody finds it.
I think you could still make it happen because there's the timeline now, so you know what happens.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I just feel like there's too many unforeseen variables in that. Yeah. You've got to do something that is strictly private.
Like if you know your nana's garage never gets fucked with, no one's been in there for like 10 years, you could put something in there and know that you can come back to it.
But you know what? And as much as you would think you would do that properly, there's been too many things of like time capsules that people in the past have built that they just didn't know that, oh, now water is seeped in and we thought we prepared for that, but I guess it didn't work out that way because of one small thing. And now all this stuff is just ruined.
Did you guys ever do a time capsule?
We did in school.
I did one in junior high.
No idea if that ever got opened.
I did one in junior high and I don't remember when it was supposed to be open. But I remember writing a letter to myself and like we were supposed to come back and like, damn, I wish I knew the details of that. I wonder if I could go back to my junior high and ask them.
I feel like they take all that shit and then just toss it.
Well, they definitely updated the school since I left. So I wonder if they just dug it up and fucking... They could have it at the school. What if I just...
They could.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you showed up.
It's right there. It's waiting for you.
Yeah, we have a whole file cabinet full of the time capsule letters. So, what's your name? And then they just go and grab it. Dude, that'd be awesome, dude. I should go try and do that.
You should ask them about it.
Yeah, I want to go do that.
They're now. Like, you don't remember your homework assignment was to show up on this day and you never did. So
actually, we incinerated all of that. It was a new district rule
initiative
that we had to dig up all the time capsules and destroy them. I'm like, oh man, like it's probably gonna be more like that.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like good things are coming for us.
You know what? Cheers to that, man. Cheers to that.
Wait, do you want to cheers?
I don't know. Do you want to do another fucking thing?
I think we
bring it on, motherfuckers.
The way we started this thing, we usually have 3 shots, so I think that it's
3 is a fucking magic number in cinema and everything. It's a fucking magic.
The trilogy,
number.
Come on.
A trilogy.
The trilogy is the right amount of movies.
The hero's arc is 3 arc story. Everything happens in fucking 3s.
Right? You have a beginning, you have a middle, and you have an end.
Yes. Right? And you have 3 is a fucking magic number for like friend groups and people. You have a main character and they have 2 friends.
True. That's usually the
If you watch anything, you start to notice things happen in 3s. Lots of times.
3.
You have 3.
I have 3.
3 of these figures. Coincidentally, each one of these venomized figures have worn an Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah. This venomous Iron Man.
Venomous Hulk. And venomous Thanos.
Yeah.
And he's actually got Venom Infinity Gauntlet on
Can
there
you
too.
zoom in on your...
I could, but I can't.
No, I'm saying in editing. Can you?
Yeah, I think I can.
Yeah.
Let's zoom in on these guys. Look at them. Look at them. I'm going to hold that one up too.
Here, I'll do it.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Actually, yeah, it's kind of weird. His tongue and teeth are like everywhere on this one. And this one has like fucking
The
armor and
Thanos.
shit.
He has a Thanos chin.
Yeah.
Well, look at him, dude. Kind of changed his ectoskeleton, sort of.
Sure did.
Right? What would happen if Venom's symbiote or whatever got on top of the Iron Man?
They've done that too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That would be interesting.
I've got this storyline called Back in Black, and it's where Deadpool gets back into the symbiote suit because he used it previously in like Secret Wars, I think.
Doesn't Tobey Maguire say something about that in the No Way Home? Did he say he's like, I had to fight an alien or something? I feel like he said something like that in the movie. I think he did. I don't know why I've been watching that lately. I think I watched it.
It's a fucking good one. I love that they did that. Oh my God, so good.
Dude, I watched it again. It actually made me sad.
Yeah, it's a fucking sad story.
Like when Andrew Garfield saved that MJ and he was like...
Oh my God!
He was like, go ahead. And like, he's like... he's like thinking like back to his MJ and like thinking like
Peter.
This is what it feels like to save
Peter
MJ.
Goes and saves her.
This is what it feels like to save MJ. Now I can feel some closure, maybe that I saved somebody. You know, like there was a whole.
There were so many good things. Like when they were like, you know, he was like, I just don't feel like adequate, you know, and he's like, no, man, you're amazing.
Even when they're popping each other's back, remember? He's like,
yeah.
He's like,
and you know, one of the funny things is like Tobey Maguire actually hurt his back filming Spider-Man.
Okay.
And so that's one of the things like
that's why he's popping Andrew Garfield's back.
That's why they're popping Tobey Maguire's back.
Was he? Was it the other way around?
You know, I've hurt my back before. I got this. I've never been able to get it. You mind if I? And they say, oh yeah, I got you. So
that's a real way to get an adjustment too. Mm-hmm. I've went to the chiropractor. No one's ever done it on me because no one's ever big enough. And you need it when you're a superhero like that, you know? Right.
Cheers. To 2024, good things are coming.
Right. There we go. Yay.
Jesus.
Didn't
you have the
oh yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Let's end this thing.
Let's end. All right. This has been Digital Cortex.
Look at that. Look.
Do not shoot at humans or animals.
Look at this.
Oh, yeah. Ah! Give us some New Year's.
Hey!
Applause! Woo!
Yeah!
All right. How do we use these?
Peel it, and then you got to twist. See, one way is telling you twist.
Oh, you twist to do it.
Yes, twist that, and then it'll pop.
All right, so here let's do the outro, and we'll do it like that. So this has been Digital Cortex, our Happy New Year's special.
I'm gonna say, everyone, be safe.
Yes.
Don't blow yourself up or your hands or your family people. Don't blow up a family person on New Year's Eve. That's fucked up, man. They need their hands too, and their feet and their eyes. But we're gonna shoot this at each other.
We're gonna shoot this. We're gonna shoot. Well, I don't know if we need to shoot, but
yeah, don't try this at home either.
Let's just do it above us at an angle.
Oh yeah, we'll go up. Yeah,
we'll go up. Right. Digital Cortex. My name's Thickwick. That's Randomstylez. 2023 is out. Long live 2024. Good things. Woo!
Oh shit!
Oh Jesus!
Mine's not working.
You gotta hold tightly and twist.
Oh! I was twisting too high.
All right. Well,
that was awesome.
That was great.
That was way better than I thought.
So much confetti everywhere. Woohoo! All right.
You did a Mario.
I did.
Woohoo!
Oh Jesus!
I got
What is this? What's like just long and crazy? Look at that. All right. Well, peace out.
Later.